Well, hi, I'm Katie Pace from Steelcase Communications, and this is Steelcase Karman. I'm joined today by Mark Spoolhoff and Joy Ealing, two of our leaders from Steelcase Marketing and Design, and we're going to talk a little bit about the chair today. So Joy, one of the first questions people have when they see this chair is, where did this name come from?
The name Steelcase Karman was inspired with the Karman line, which is the area where Earth's atmosphere meets space, weightlessness becomes possible, and going beyond becomes a reality.
That's awesome. Yep. We've seen a lot of famous people in space lately. Really, everybody's trying to reach that Karman line. Everybody's trying to go beyond. We really feel like that's what we did with this chair here. Mark, tell us a little bit about the inspiration of the chair.
So yeah, we wanted to create a moment where we had a chair that was really responsive to the ergonomy that we all want and need in chairs. And so that means a chair that's reactive to you and reactive to your body weight and adaptable to all the different ways in which you might sit in this chair. So in this case, a side sit or a normal sit. We also wanted something that continued along the thought process of more organism than machine, meaning we are as reductive as possible in the materiality, in the structures of it, and that it becomes as organically responsive to the human body as possible.
Yeah, well, I can tell. I mean, I've been lucky to sit in this chair for quite a while, and it is so comfortable. But tell us, what it is that makes it so comfortable.
So there's quite a few things, but it really started with holistically thinking about comfort in the chair. And that means we build comfort into every aspect of it. So things that used to be only structure become also compliant and become part of the mechanism, if you will, of the chair. And we have a few discrete elements that really provide for that. The first one is the one you happen to both be sitting on, and that's our patented hybrid seat. So it's comprised of a few elements, but basically they allow for that kind of long-term comfort, a more reactive comfort, and a livelier comfort, as well as a very soft edge, so that in all of your postures, you aren't feeling a harsh edge or you don't run up against the periphery of the chair. We want you to be comforted in every aspect. That continues on to the back. So in continuing on with what a lot of our portfolio carries, we have a live back. In this case, it's a market first, which is a live back mesh. That means as I'm fully upright in the chair and as I'm fully reclined, the back is following with me and keeping constant pressure. The other is, just like the seat, we have a really, really soft edge. And that's important because as we have different body morphologies or different postures, or I'm leaning really far over, I don't want to come into contact, or I don't want to be aware of the chair. I want it to move with me and continually support. So the streamlined edge is really responsible for that, the live back mesh, and then the patented hybrid seat.
Yeah, I love this flexible frame. I mean, any posture is a good one now, right? We can sit in so many different ways. Movement is so good, and you really don't want to have those hard edges. So this is just great.
Absolutely.
So you can't talk about this chair, or you can't definitely notice the chair without this new performance textile. Joy, we're calling it Intermix. Tell us more about Intermix.
Yeah, Intermix has an exclusive weaving process that not only has great comfort and performance, it also has a beautiful hand feel, and it creates a platform for diversity and expression that you see here. We have an industry-leading color range with 13 proprietary textiles and a variety of luxe finishes. We definitely wanted to go beyond black, white, and gray. We also, the Intermix is available in the classic, the translucent version, which you're sitting in there, and the opaque version, which creates a more luxurious and residential feel, and the color shift, which changes color as light and movement.
Oh yeah, there it is. That's so cool. So many different options. So for your home, a more warm residential feel, or if you want just a solid black, that's awesome. And I love the luxe finishes. That's just great. So Mark, this chair definitely goes beyond. We've talked about that, but it also has a really great sustainability story. Tell us about that.
Yeah, absolutely. Because we were able to think about this as a platform for kind of distributed compliance, it meant that a lot of these parts are doing double duty or even triple duty. The net out of that is really important because it means we're putting less mass into the chair. In fact, in a similarly featured chair is probably about a third more weight than this one. So that's good for us as we're transporting it around, as we're creating those materials, because there's far less embodied energy. And it's also important for the environment because we're just putting less material out there. And because of the way it's constructed, it's easy to deconstruct, and each of those components are individually recyclable. So we're putting less out there, we're shipping less weight, and it's recyclable.
That's great. Thanks for sharing that. 1/3 less weight is super impressive.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's quite an engineering marvel. Well, thanks you guys. Thanks for joining me to talk a little bit about Steelcase Karman. Definitely a 21st century chair designed for 21st century work. That's all for us. Thanks for watching today.